You are now in tuned to Uneducated Sports Talk, hosted by
me, Carlos Clayton. I don't know why I like doing that. So let's go. Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. And check me out on Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network, both channels on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to both channels. Let's get into it now. We've gone on division by division. Down with 7, one more to go. The AFC West, this division, just like the NFC West, is more of a gut feeling division. A lot of change has gone to the AFC West. A lot of change. Coaches, players, schemes, all that has changed. And this is one of the more interesting divisions because you really don't know who's going to win. There's no clear-cut winner like most of the divisions have a clear-cut, at least a bully on a block. All 4 of these teams are different in their own ways, and all 4 of these teams actually have a chance to win the division. But of course, this is an opinionated show. This is my show, so I'll give you my opinions about the AFC West. Let's start off with the Oakland Raiders. Yes, we have Jon Gruden coming back after about a 10-year absence to this new NFL. So he's coming in and he's going to try and make his stamp. You know he's a run-first kind of guy. You know he's about defense. And, you know, these guys in this day and age in the NFL, it's about athletes, it's about being fast, it's about scoring a lot of points. And Jon Gruden isn't used to that, so he's going to try to bring his philosophy back because that philosophy helped him win a lot of games. That being said, his first stamp was basically cutting Marquette King, who's a top 5 punter in this league. Yes, Marquette King has a little antics when he kicks a good punt, but I mean, it's nothing harmful. Yes, he did get one unsportsmanlike penalty, and you really don't want that for your punter, but still, at the end of the day, he's one of the better punters. But we all know that Jon Gruden doesn't tolerate that kind of stuff. Marquette King is gone. Also gone, Michael Crabtree. He's with the Baltimore Ravens now, but he was kind of one of those guys that, no nonsense is what Jon Gruden wants. He is gone as well. And the big story of the week is Khalil Mack, the All-Pro, All-American Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago, defensive end or outside linebacker for the Oakland Raiders. He has been traded to Chicago Bears for a couple of first-round picks, one for next year, one for the year after that, and some other picks as well. But he is gone, and that is a tremendous blow to the Raiders' D-line. But we'll talk about their D-line in just a minute. Let's go with their draft. First pick, Colton Miller, the tackle from UCLA. Derek Carr needs to be held upright, and he's taking a lot of unnecessary hits. He's come off an injury last year, so you know they want to start off him with a fresh line and guys who can protect, because 2 years ago he had one of the best offensive lines, and then last year it was a little different. So second pick, they go with Arden Keys from the 3rd round pick, defensive end from LSU, and this guy already in the preseason has made a splash, and he looks like he's going to be a dominant force in this league. I'm very intrigued to see this defensive line. And 5th round, they get Maurice Hurst, defensive tackle from Michigan. This guy had like a irregular heartbeat during the combine, so he kind of had first-round status, and then he got moved to the 5th round because teams were just nervous to get him. Well, guess what? The Raiders got him. And now, this defensive line looks great. Even without Khalil Mack, they look like they'll put a lot of pressure on a lot of teams. And that right there can solve their secondary problems right there, because we all know about their secondary issues. But if the front 4 goes in and dominates, and I've seen the front 4 in the preseason against the number 1s, and they've looked really, really good. So I'm very intrigued for this defensive line. They also get Jordy Nelson at the end of the day. He's a top-tier wide receiver if he has a great quarterback. Obviously, he dropped off when Brett Hundley came to play and Aaron Rodgers was gone. But we all know when he has a superstar quarterback, he's going to do some damage. Jordy Nelson he still got it. The reason why he left was money, not because of his physical skills. It was because of the money. So this Oakland Raiders team, in my opinion, they look good. And I got them going 10-6. Yes, you heard it right, 10-6, and they will win the AFC West. So let's go with that. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this team hasn't made a bunch of splash plays or splash moves. They haven't done any of that. This team last year, 9-7, and missed the playoffs. But they came out weak and they ended strong. And the team that we saw end is the team that we always think the Los Angeles Chargers can be. Every single year, the Chargers, we're all saying, Chargers are going to have a hell of a team. Chargers are going to have a hell of a team. Well, you know what? 6-7 years go by and you're tired of saying the same thing. It's almost like they just know they're going to be bad to start the season off and they're going to finish strong. Well, hopefully this year isn't the same, but I think it kind of will be. Look, the Chargers, when they're at the best, they're one of the best teams in the league at full strength when they have their minds together. And hopefully this year to turn around. But they get Mike Pouncey, who is a great center, and he's going to pay dividends for the offensive linemen and the play protection and play calling as well. He's going to make a big difference for that team. He's a smart guy, big, strong, physical, and he's a natural-born leader. Ask the Pittsburgh Steelers. They know all about that. And then you get Derwin James in the first round. He dropped all the way to 17. I do not know how, because he is a physical freak. He has a lot of Sean Taylor in him. And I saw in the preseason game, week 3, he did intercept Drew Brees while the starters were out there. So, I mean, he's got some skills. He's got range. And he was a top 5, top 10 pick for sure and dropped to 17. And now the Los Angeles Chargers have a steal in Derwin James. And that right there can catapult their already good defense with Joey Bosa and then Melvin Ingram as well. So they have some great guys on that defense for the Chargers. But at the end of the day, Melvin Gordon is what's going to keep them ticking. Melvin Gordon is a beast, and he is a dark horse for MVP. If the Chargers are doing well, it's because Melvin Gordon is getting the rock, and he's getting the rock by passing and by running. He is an absolute stud, and he could be a dark horse for MVP. At the end of the day, I have the Chargers going 9-7. That's right, another 9-7 year, and it's tough because somehow their mental capacity is not too big when you start the season off. I just hope they come out with that same intensity how they finish, and then they'll be okay. But right now, I got them at 9-7, barely missing out of the wild card, barely missing out. So we'll have to see about that. The Kansas City Chiefs are next on board, and we all know about Alex Smith. He's gone to Washington now, so you can kind of say bye-bye to the RPOs, but Alex Smith is sort of the king of RPOs if you want to get to that. Patrick Mahomes, who was drafted last year, we all knew he was going to take over at quarterback eventually, and it happened very, very soon. The next year, Smith is gone, Patrick Mahomes is in, and he has a big cannon of an arm. We've seen him in preseason. Look, he's going to struggle. He's going to have his problems, but at the same time, he's going to make big plays. Did you see that 68-yard pass from Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill? It was amazing. I mean, it was 68 yards in the air. It was probably 80 yards altogether. I forgot how long it was, but that thing rang in the air for a good while. The kid has an arm. An arm. It is that talented. This team, the problem is they lose Marcus Peters. And their defensive, remember, just 3 or 4 years ago, they had a top-notch defense. That defense is aging, and you saw it last year. Now, they did have a lot of turnovers last year, which helped them out. But minus those turnovers, they were getting tons of yards, tons of big plays. And I see that happening this year without the turnovers. So I think Kansas City is going to struggle on defense this year. Their offense will be just fine. I believe they'll be just fine. They'll be in a lot of games. This AFC West, I believe every game will be close among each other. But, the defense, at the end of the day, defense wins you championships and win you games, for sure. And Kansas City this year is not going to have that defense that they had in the past. They don't have the ball hawk and Marcus Peters anymore. And a lot of their guys are getting older now, so it'll be tough to get to the ball this year. I had the Chiefs going 7-9. Yes, it's a down year, but Mahomes is going to struggle. But you want that playing time because he is a quarterback of the future. He will be in the league for a long time. As long as he has a cannon of an arm and makes smart decisions, he'll be in the NFL for a long time. I'm very excited to see this Andy Reid team. This isn't his best team he's had. No, we all know that. A lot of his weapons are gone. But it's still Andy Reid, and he can make things happen on the offensive end. So, Chiefs go 7-9. And the last but not least team, the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos, they get the third overall pick in Bradley Chubb, the defensive end. You're sitting next to Von Miller. Now you got something going on. You also get Courtland Sutton, the second round pick, the wide receiver from SMU, who was arguably one of the best wide receivers in the game in the college and should have been the number 1 receiver in my opinion. Calvin Ridley, that's another story. But then they also get Royce Freeman, who was a dark horse for Offensive Rookie of the Year because I'm telling you, this guy he's a bruiser. I've seen him play for Oregon, and he's a guy who is not afraid of contact and who loves the game of football. So if they can get their things rolling, Royce Freeman going on, and then the young guys stepping up, look, they're going to struggle on offense. It is, I don't care. Case Keenum comes in, and now he's supposed to be the savior for the Denver Broncos. He ain't saving nobody this year. Case Keenum is obviously a step up from Trevor Siemian. And he's a step up from Brock Osweiler. We know that, but not that big of a step up. So, will he change the whole Broncos thing? No, it's not about to happen. Let's just cut it short there. We all know Demaryius Thomas has had his issues with handling the rock. Emmanuel Sanders is dealing with issues with injuries. And if this team, if this team come together and everything goes full circle, they'll be a tough team. But if it was the fifth, we'll all be drunk. Everyone knows that saying. But Akita Lee being gone as well, he was kind of the guy who can kind of shut down one half of the field. He is gone now. He's playing with the Los Angeles Rams, and everybody else is with the Rams. That's a big blow as well for the Denver Broncos. Now, Denver is going to have trouble because everyone's getting better, and I don't see Denver actually getting better this offseason. I didn't see that. But everyone else, in my opinion, kind of got better. Even though I said the Chiefs are going 7-9. But with that being said, I got the Broncos going 6-10. One game better than last year, but not good enough for John Elway standards. Let's just be real. They're going to have to do a lot of shuffling in the next couple of years. In my opinion, 6-10 is not going to get it done for a Denver Broncos fan as well. So, this is all my opinions. The AFC West is basically out there. Now, everyone's saying the Raiders, the best team in the AFC West. Everyone's going to the Chargers. Well, I'm more of, show me, Chargers, show me. Because I do think, with it all from top to bottom, the Chargers are the best team in the AFC West. I got to see it to believe it, though. I got to see it actually come to fruition. And if that happens, the Chargers are going to wreak havoc. But until then, I have John Gruden coming in and actually, number one in the AFC West, the Raiders take over. So, recap, Raiders win the division at 10-6. Chargers are at 9-7. The Kansas City Chiefs are at 7-9, and the Denver Broncos end up at 6-10. So, tell me, guys, how do you feel? Comment down below. Who's going to win the AFC West? Will it be the Raiders or the Chargers? Will the Chiefs or the Broncos sneak up? I want to know your opinions down below. So please comment, and I will respond back. Guarantee you guys. So, with that being said, guys, like and subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network, both channels on YouTube. So, this is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton. And as always, sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Next episode, I'm giving my predictions for the whole entire season, so stay tuned for that. Hey, stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace. I gotta get up again. Yeesh.